What's going on, guys? It's Drama, and with the NBA playoffs in the semifinals, let's ask the question, what's the best second round ever? What is the best second round ever? Oh, the second round, the redheaded stepchild, the ugly duck, whatever else you want to call it, not many people will remember the second round, and it is often the most forgotten series in a team's long playoff run, but that doesn't mean there hasn't been any great semifinals matchup ever, but the question is, what's the best one? In my opinion, it's Raptors Sixers 2001. Now look, these teams will probably never show up on a top 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 greatest teams of all time list, but the two-star players on each team were no doubt some of the most influential players in their era, and quite frankly, of all time. On the Philly side of things, you had Allen Iverson, who was probably the league's most popular player at this time, and his impact on the game could still be felt to this day. Every time you see one of those arm sleeves, think AI. All those tattoos on your favorite player? There's an answer for that. The blacktop culture making its way onto the hardwood? Yep, thank AI. Iverson was just cool, man. I mean, seeing a guy go up against giants who looked like a mere mortal captured the imagination of everyone watching basketball, and a lot of the players you see today were trying to be AI when they were your age. Did I forget to mention that he was the league MVP in 2001 as well? That's what 31 points, 2.5 steals on a 58-win team will get you. Now, across the border in Toronto, before it was known as the Six, you had Vince Carter. Half man, half amazing, Vinsanity, Air Canada. This guy was the king of the dunk in an era where the dunk was the one thing every kid wanted to do as soon as they were tall enough. But besides throwing down some of the best dunks we have ever seen,
he's a lane, drops it off the top.
Vince was a better all-around player than he got credit for, as he had a higher player efficiency rating than the league MVP in just his third year in the league. Third year. Wow. And before you go saying that Vince isn't influential, every time you see a player do a little celebration after every little thing they do, thank VC. Now, while not every game in this series was a nail-biter, there was a ton of entertainment value. Vince and AI both scored 50 points in the game, while the deciding Game 7 had a unique storyline that truly was one of a kind. In Carter's senior year of high school, he promised his mom that he would graduate college and was attending summer school during his time in the NBA to keep that promise. And he did, but the graduation of Vince's 5-year journey fell on the same morning as Game 7. Vince decided to attend his graduation and board a private plane to make it back in time for Game 7, but many, including his own teammates, thought that he should have stayed with the team to prepare for the biggest game in franchise history.
There were some people who questioned, including some of your teammates, who questioned your decision to go to North Carolina considering the magnitude of this game. What's your response to that criticism?
I have no response. I have no comment for it. And the fact of the matter is I'm here, I'm ready to play.
So not only do you have the Eastern Conference's best team, the 76ers, with their backs up against the wall against the 5th-seeded Toronto Raptors, but now you have the star player of that franchise putting a ton of pressure on himself to perform after attending his own graduation the morning of the deciding game of the series. Whew, talk about drama. Game 7 lived up to the hype. The stars are playing like stars. It was hectic. Steph Curry's dad hit a clutch pull-up 3, but in the end, it all came down to one shot.
Vince Carter coming to it. Also watch the quick pass to Curry after he inbounds. Curry has it. Carter trying to get free. Carter at the buzzer. No good. And the Sixers hold on.
Watching this game live back in 2001, it looked good. And watching it again 15 years later, it still looked good. Now, whether you believe Vince should have went to his graduation or not, I don't think you could deny that it definitely had an effect on him. I mean, Vince didn't look like that flamboyant player on the floor that we all came to know and love, but instead looked like a guy who had the entire weight of Toronto on his back. But even with all that pressure, he still put up 9 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 7 rebounds, and 20 points. But he really needed 22. Anyways, guys, that was my pick for the best second round ever. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section below. My name is Jaron. This has been NBA Talk. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. And since this year's first round is laughably unentertaining, let's talk about one of the best first round series ever, this wearing the Curry 3.
If you want to see those pictures, in the description box below, there's going to be a direct link to that page. There's also a video.
We posted this on the Wear Testers Instagram.